So the next point is writing a mathematical expression for rate of the reaction. Mathematical expression for rate of the reaction. So in this one hint you have to remember that always the rate of the reaction is defined for 1 mole of the reactant or 1 mole of the product here. That is the hint to write the mathematical expression for the rate of the reaction here. Alert, always you have to remember this one, that is rate of the reaction is always defined for 1 mole of the reactant or product here. That is very, very important. For example, if I take a reaction, H2 gas combines with I2, this also gas, and this is giving 2 moles of HI here. So this also gas here. Okay. For this one, the rate of the reaction is written as what? In this one, the concentration of reactant, that is hydrogen, decreases, concentration of the iodide, that is iodine, also decreases here, and concentration of HI will increase here, because these two are reactant. Concentration of the reactant decreases and concentration of product increases. Already we know that the decrease in the concentration of the reactant is expressed in terms of what? Negative sign. Increase in the concentration of the product is what? Positive sign. But while writing the rate of the reaction, only you have to write for 1 mole only. So this one you can write it as rate of the reaction with respect to H2 is decrease, that is change in the concentration of H2O divided by delta T. Negative sign you have to take because it is reactant. 1 mole is there, no problem, directly you can write this is equal to decrease in the concentration of iodine, that is change in concentration of iodine divided by what? Time taken. Negative sign is written for what? Reactant, because its concentration is decreasing. For product you should not write negative sign, you have to write what? Positive here, because its concentration is increasing. But here 2 moles of HI is formed here. Rate of the reaction is defined for 1 mole only. Here 2 moles are given. Rate of appearance of HI is 2 times of the rate of disappearance of what? H2 and I2 here. So here they have given for 2 mole, you have to write it for what? 1 mole. Whatever the stoichiometric coefficient is there, just you have to divide by that one. So this is equal to plus 1 by 2 change in concentration, that is increase in the concentration of HI divided by time taken. Like this you have to write here. Here stoichiometric coefficient is what? 2. They have given for 2 mole. To make it for 1 mole, divided by 2 here. So positive sign is what? Increase in the concentration of product here. For example, in general, if I take 2A plus 3B, it gives 4C plus 1 by 3D here. Like this if I take. These are the reactants and this will be what? Product here. For this one, how to write the rate of the reaction here? Rate of the reaction with respect to reactant A. Concentration of the reactant A decreases. But here 2 moles of A is there. Rate of the reaction is written for 1 mole. So here what you have to write? Minus 1 by 2. Negative is always for the reactant, decrease in the concentration. So the change in the concentration of reactant A divided by delta T. This is equal to, here 3 moles are there. So you have to write it as what? Minus 1 by 3. Negative sign is for the reactant. Positive is for what? Products. Just you have to divide by the stoichiometric coefficient. Here 1/3 mole is given. It is multiplied with 3 here. Like that. So this is 1 by 3. Change in the concentration of B here divided by what? Delta T. This is the rate of the reaction with respect to A, with respect to B. Now with respect to C is what? 4 moles they are given. You have tried it for 1 mole plus 1 by 4. This is what? Plus sign with 1 by 4. Change in concentration of C divided by delta T. This is equal to, here they are given only 1/3 mole. So this is multiplied with what? 3 here. So positive sign is written for the products plus 3 change in concentration of D divided by time taken. So one hint you have to remember, that is rate of the reaction is always defined for 1 mole. You have to write the rate of the reaction expression mathematically, you have to write for 1 mole only. Whatever the stoichiometric coefficients are there, they must be divided. For reactants you take negative sign, for products you take positive sign. Here 1 by 3 is given, means it is multiplied with 3 here, like that it is. Now in the problem what they will give the concentration, that is they will give the change in the concentration of HI and the time taken they will give, and they will ask rate of the reaction with respect to what? H2. All are equal, you have to equate these two so that you can calculate what? Rate of the reaction with respect to this one here. So this is about mathematical expression for what? Rate of the reaction. So the next point is factors affecting rate of the reaction. Factors affecting rate of reaction. So in this one hint you have to remember, the chemical reaction takes place due to collision between the reacting molecules. Whenever the reacting molecule undergo collision, then a chemical reaction takes place here. So chemical reaction takes place due to collision between reacting molecules, that is between reactants here. Okay, so the first point which affects the rate of the reaction is, that is the nature of reactants. For the collision, the free intermixing of reactants is very necessary. So only liquids and gases intermix easily so that the collision between them is effective, so that in case of only gases and liquids the rate of reaction is maximum. If you take solids, in case of solids the free intermixing is not possible, they will interact only at the surface, so that in case of solids the rate of the reaction is less here. What is the reason here? For the collision, the free intermixing of reactants is very necessary. So which is done only in case of what? Gases and liquids, they will easily intermix and they will undergo collision, and the collision between them is effective, so that the reaction will be maximum in case of gas and liquids. But in case of solids, they will interact only at the surface level, so that the collisions are not effective, hence the rate of the reaction is less for the solids. So the order of reaction is, gaseous reactions are very fast as compared to liquid reactants as compared to solids. So in this direction rate of the reaction is increasing, because in case of gas and liquid free intermixing is possible. So the next point is nature of bond. Nature of bond. Ionic reactions are very fast as compared to covalent reactions here. In this case ionic reactions are very fast as compared to covalent reactions. Ionic is larger cation, smaller anion. Covalent is what? Smaller cation, larger anion it is. Next point, temperature. What is the effect of temperature on the rate of the reaction? As the temperature increases, kinetic energy of the reacting molecule increases, hence their collision between the reacting molecule increases, therefore rate of the reaction increases. So here temperature is directly proportional to kinetic energy of the reacting molecules, which in turn increases the collision between the reacting molecules, hence the rate of the reaction increases here. So this temperature is directly proportional to kinetic energy of the reacting molecules. As a result, the number of collision between the reacting molecule increases, hence rate of reaction also increases. Next one, what is the effect of concentration on the rate of the reaction? As the concentration of the reactant increases, more number of reacting molecules are present, there again collision increases, rate of the reaction increases. So the rate of the reaction is directly proportional to the concentration of the reactants here. Rate of reaction is directly proportional to concentration of reactants. You keep this one in mind here. This is what? Rate of the reaction is directly proportional to molar concentration of the reactants. Next one, what is the effect of pressure here? In case of gases, we know that their concentration is expressed in terms of what? Partial pressure. So for gases, partial pressure increases, their concentration increases, collision between the reacting molecule also increases, again the rate of the reaction increases here. So what happens? How the pressure of the gas is increased? Just by decreasing the volume, their pressure increases, so that which is considered as increase in the concentration, and collision will be increasing, rate of the reaction increases here. So what happens here? Decrease in the volume of the reacting mixture increases what? Pressure of the reacting mixture for the gases. So volume decreases, pressure increases. As the pressure of the gas increases, the collision between the gaseous molecule increases, which increases rate of reaction. Next point, sixth one here, pressure, temperature, concentration. Next one is surface area. Surface area. So here already we have discussed that in case of solids, they will interact only at the surface level, so that their collision is not effective as compared to gas and liquids here. As the surface area of the solid reactant increases, the rate of the reaction will increase here, because as the surface area increases, more number of reacting molecules will come in contact, so that the number of collision will increase. As a result, what happens here? Rate of the reaction increases. So always you keep in mind, the powdered form of the reactant is more efficient as compared to that complete crystal form here. So surface area is directly proportional to rate of reaction. For example, if I take here the solid form, and in case of crystals, here this is one complete solid, and this will be the surface area of these reacting molecules. For this reacting molecule, only this surface area is free here. For this reacting molecule, only this surface area is free here. Suppose it is made into a powdered form. In the powdered form, what happens? They are present individually like this, so that its surface area increases. So they are getting complete surface area here. In this case, in case of powdered form, what happens here? Their surface area is increasing like this here. So their surface area increases in the powdered form. So always the solid reactants or catalysts which are in the powdered form, their efficiency is maximum here. So that surface area increases, rate of the reaction directly proportional here. Next one is very, very important, that is effect of catalyst. What is catalyst here? Already we know that a catalyst which alters the rate of the reaction without itself taking part in the chemical reaction. So there are two types of catalyst. One is the positive catalyst is there, and another is what? Negative catalyst is there. Positive catalyst increase the rate of reaction, negative catalyst decrease the rate of reaction. So here the effect of catalyst is, we'll write, there are two type of catalyst are there, that is negative catalyst is there, and another is positive catalyst is there. So negative catalyst decreases rate of reaction by increasing the energy of activation of the reactants. Already you have studied this one in the theory part. And here positive catalyst which increases the rate of reaction by decreasing the activation energy of the reactants. So these are the important factors which affects the rate of the reaction here. So the next concept is rate equation or rate law. We call it as rate equation or rate law it is. Already we know that rate of the reaction is directly proportional to molar concentration of the reactants here. Now if I take a reaction AA plus BB, it gives rise to some amount of products here. These are the reactants giving products. Now here small a and small b represents number of moles of capital A and capital B. Capital A and B are what? These are the reactants here. Now according to law of mass action, we know that rate of the reaction is directly proportional to the molar concentration of the reactants raised to the power equal to their stoichiometric coefficient. This is what? According to law of mass action. According to law of mass action, rate of the reaction is directly proportional to molar concentration of the reactants raised to the power equal to stoichiometric coefficient. Molar concentration of A raised to the power A, that is nothing but its stoichiometric coefficient. And here is what? It is B. This is also stoichiometric coefficient. But here this law of mass action is a theoretical concept. This is what here? This is the theoretical concept here. But experimentally, the rate of the reaction is directly proportional to the molar concentration of the reactant raised to the power which are not equal to the stoichiometric coefficient. For example, here if I write experimental equation, that is rate of the reaction is directly proportional to the molar concentration of the reactants raised to the powers, that is x and y. These x and y, they are not exactly equal to the stoichiometric coefficient. So these x and y values, they are obtained experimentally. So these x and y values, they are not theoretical values here. So this is experimental. Okay. For some reaction, these x and y may be equal to the stoichiometric coefficient, but it is not true for all the reaction. So one thing you keep in mind, experimentally rate of the reaction is, again it is directly proportional to the molar concentration of the reactant raised to the power x and y. These x and y are not equal to stoichiometric coefficient. If you write stoichiometric coefficient, that become as what? Law of mass action, that is theoretical concept it is. But x and y is what? Experimental concept. Now here if I remove this proportionality sign, rate is equal to K is a rate constant into molar concentration of A power x, molar concentration of B power y. So this experimentally obtained rate equation is called as what? Rate law, we call it as. So this is your rate law, or else it is also called as rate equation. Always you keep in mind this rate law or rate equation, it is what? Experimentally obtained. X and y powers, these are obtained from the experimental data. This cannot be written just by using this balanced chemical equation. If you write this stoichiometric coefficient directly like this, then it becomes as law of mass action, that is theoretical concept. If x and y are obtained experimentally, then that rate equation becomes as what? Rate law or rate equation, we call it as. Now what is this K here? K is nothing but rate constant, we call it as. K is a rate constant, we call it as, or it is also called as specific reaction rate, or it is also called as velocity constant. Velocity constant for a chemical reaction. Now in this one, if the molar concentration of the reacting species are unit, they are taken as 1 molar. If all the reacting species that are present in the reaction medium, they are of unit concentration, then this rate constant will become as equal to rate of the reaction. If molar concentration of A and molar concentration of B both are taken as 1 mole per liter, then rate of the reaction become equal to what? Rate constant K. So what is this? This rate constant is defined as, it is the rate of the reaction when all the reacting species are at unit concentration, then these two are becoming equal here. Now what are the characteristics of these rate constant K here? As the name indicates, this rate constant, it is a constant for the particular reaction. First point, right? K is constant for particular reaction. First thing. Next, this rate constant K is directly proportional to the rate of the reaction. Higher the K value, more will be the rate of the reaction. So rate constant is directly proportional to rate of the reaction. Next important point is this rate of the reaction. Rate constant, it is independent of molar concentration of the reactant. It is not depending on the molar concentration of the reactants. Next point, this rate constant is directly proportional to temperature. As temperature increases, rate constant of the reaction also increases. Now The units of this K, it depends on the order of the reaction, which we will be discussing in the next class. So this is unit of K depends on order of reaction. So K value depends on what? Order of the reaction. There are different types of order of reactions are there. So based on that, unit of K also changes here. So what are the characteristics of this K value? It is a constant for particular reaction and it is directly proportional to the rate of the reaction. Higher the K value, what happens here? Rate of the reaction will be maximum. It is independent. Rate constant is independent of the molar concentration of the reactants. Only rate of the reaction is directly proportional to molar concentration of reactants here. And it is directly proportional to what? Temperature. Temperature increases, rate constant also increases. It is said that for every 10 degree rise in temperature, the rate of the reaction, that is rate constant, increases by 2 times. Next unit of this K it is. So this is what? Rate equation. One thing you keep in mind, this rate equation, it is experimental concept where x and y values must be obtained from the experimentally obtained data. These rate equation cannot be written for any reaction just by using balanced chemical equation, because these x and y, they are not exactly equal to this stoichiometric coefficient. Stoichiometric coefficient will be theoretical, x and y will be what? Experimental values here. We will see one example here. So we know that this rate equation, which cannot be written directly by using a theoretical balanced chemical equation. For writing rate equation, the data must be obtained experimentally. So we will take an example. Suppose if I take a reaction of 2 times of NO combines with O2, giving 2 times of NO2. For this reaction, rate of the reaction is written as K, molar concentration of NO and molar concentration of what? O2. Here we will take the power raised to the x, and this one we will take it as what? Y. These two x and y values, which are the powers of these concentration terms, these are obtained experimentally. Means these must be determined from the experimentally obtained data here. We will see some experimental data given for this reaction, that is 2 times of NO combines with O2, giving what? 2 times of NO2. Here we will write the concentration of NO, concentration of O2, and here the rate of formation of NO2 in terms of mole per liter. Suppose its concentration is 0.3 mole and this also 0.3 mole. Rate of formation of NO2 is 0.094 mole per liter it is. Now if the concentration of NO is doubled by keeping the concentration of O2 constant, this is, it become as 0.6 mole and this will be constant, then the rate of formation of NO2, it increases by 4 times, so that this is 0.094 into 4 times. So that rate of formation of NO2 increases 4 times if the concentration of NO is doubled, keeping the concentration of O2 constant. Suppose the concentration of NO is kept constant and concentration of O2 is doubled here. I will take it as 0.6 now. Then the rate of formation of NO2 increases by 2 times here. So this is what? 0.094 into 2 times. It increases by what? 2 times here. Now if the concentration of NO and O2 both are doubled here, for example this is 0.6 and this also 0.6, then the rate of formation of NO2 increase by 8 times. 4 to the 8 it is. So 0.094 into 8 times. So from this one we can write the equations, that is rate of formation of NO2, that is nothing but 0.094 will be is equal to K into, what is the concentration of NO? 0.3 power x, and here it is also 0.3 power y. I will take it as equation number 1. So here concentration, in this case concentration will be 0.3 mole, 0.3 mole, its power is x, this is y, and this is what? 0.094 mole per liter. Now if its concentration is doubled, then what happens? 0.094 into, this is increasing by 4 times, this is equal to K into concentration of NO. NO is doubled here, so we have to take here, this is 0.6 power X, and this is as it is 0.3 power Y, and this is equation number 2 here. Now next one is what, 0.094 into 2 times, this is K, and concentration of NO is kept as it is 0.3, this is power X, and here it is doubled 0.6 power Y, this is what it is, 3 here. Now if you take 2 divided by 1, what will be your answer? 2 divided by 1 will be is equal to 4 equal to 2 power X. If you take equation 2 divided by 1, then you will get 4 is equal to 2 power X. So this can be written as what? 2 power 2 is equal to 2 power X. So this implies X value is equal to 2 here. So like this, by using this experimental data, X and Y values are determined. Now these X and Y values, they are written here. So that always you keep in mind, in case of rate equation, these X and Y values, they are obtained experimentally. They cannot be written just by using a balanced chemical equation. If you use directly stoichiometric coefficient, whatever there in the balanced equation, that become as simply theoretical law of mass action. These X and Y power must be obtained experimentally, then it is what? Rate equation. So similarly, if you take 3 by 1, what you will get here? Equation 3 divided by equation 1, then your answer will be what? 2 is equal to, that is 2 power Y. 2 is equal to 2 power Y, nothing is there means Y, this 1 is there, so Y value is equal to what? 1. Now you put this X and Y value here, then these values are obtained by experimental data here. So rate of reaction is equal to K into NO power 2 and concentration of O2 power 1. So this is the rate equation for this chemical reaction. But you see here, these powers, they will coincide with the stoichiometric coefficients here. It doesn't mean that these are theoretical values, these are obtained experimentally. Like this, you have to write experimental rate equation by using experimental data. If you use theoretical balanced equation, that will be what? Law of mass action, that is theoretical concept here. Next point.